Hi, Mr. McRae. Are you able to see anyone?
No, I can only see myself unless I done something on this end.
Okay. All right. How about now?
No, just seeing me. I can hear everybody fine. I just only see me.
Hmm. That's weird. I'm able to see you.
Let's see what's going on.
Sure. Well, I can see you, and I could see you also on the YouTube and the Facebook. Fine. Um,
Oh,
let's see.
okay. Yeah, I can see myself, but I don't know what's going on with this side.
Okay, it shows. I'm looking at it on Facebook right now, and it's showing.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go ahead and do the intro. So this way, we won't keep all the wonderful viewers and supporters waiting. But I
Okay.
appreciate your patience, and of course, he's still checking things on the back end to make sure. But we are good. I can see you on both platforms just fine. So
Yes, ma'am.
awesome. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. Of course, it's your favorite host, Michelle Diamond, and a warm welcome goes out to our viewers and supporters on another trend setting Thursday, right here on In the House Media's House Call. You all know already, we are all about promoting excellence. And how befitting for our special guest this evening as we are celebrating our history. And we have this opportunity to welcome another prime example of Black excellence, Mr. Robert McRae, CEO of Live Alkaline Water. How are you this evening, Mr. McRae?
I'm doing fine, thank you, and I hope y'all are doing well.
Yes, thank you. Much better now that we have you on our platform to talk about all this wonderful things that I've researched and heard about live alkaline water. I mean, speaking with Miss Mac, she has told us so much about, you and the family spring, and I just want to delve
Yes.
in and get all the full details. So tell us a little bit about, how this all started for you.
Well, it's been years, about 25 years ago.
Wow.
Uh, I was at a church service, and my great aunt called me out. I was sitting up on the rostrum and enjoying myself, having a good time. And she just happened to call me out and told me to follow her. And when I went outside with her on the outside of the church, that's when she pointed down to the family land and said, "The blood of your ancestors are crying out for you. You're responsible for this." And at that time, being young, I didn't want that responsibility. So I said, "Oh no." And I ran for quite a few years before I decided to take on this role.
Wow. Okay. So, heard speaking to you about the blood of the ancestors crying out to you. I heard that it is a natural spring that's been in the family of yours for a while now. And what
Yes.
led you to actually start bottling the natural spring water there?
Well, one of the things before that happened, I used to come out here, was cleaning up, planting food, and people used to ask me, well, everybody grow food. What else do you have to bring to the table as far as any product? And I decided one day, I said, okay, being out here cleaning up, looking at the land, knowing that the land has been in my family for a very, very long time, I decided, let me try bottled water just to see. And I told people years ago, that the next war that the United States gonna have is not gonna be over oil, it's gonna be over water. And that's what got me started in the bottling water industry. But prior to that, I was always dealing in some form of water. Uh, I even worked at the first water treatment plant and
Ooh,
helped build the first water treatment plant in Louisville, Clemens, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Then
wow.
I ended up getting a contract mowing the grass for 65 pump stations and four of the biggest water treatment plants in Winston.
Wow, that's amazing. So you have a natural niche for this, then we should say.
Yes,
That's awesome. So we know that water is a valuable natural resource, and you're creating, an avenue to success because I saw that, with you creating this lane of success, you're opening up the market for jobs to be open for others as well. So it's, expounded on another level. So kudos to
yes.
you. And not only that, we know that it is the first Black-owned water brand to be sold in Walmart.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
exciting is that?
Well, when it first happened, like I told people, this is my baby. Live Alkaline Water is my baby. So I was very excited, but I knew that there was much more that needed to be done. That was just one step. So when that happened, being the first black-owned water company ever in the history of the United States to get into Walmart, even up to this day, still being the only ones that got on the shelf in Walmart as far as a black-owned company or indigenous company.
Yes, 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 yes.
So yes, being excited, yes.
And I've heard so many great things. So, your vision is even on a global level now because I've read that you've also extended as far as Africa, where they've reached out and
Yes,
asked you to supply, them with water. So this is amazing.
yes,
I can't wait to talk about what you have coming up for the future. We're gonna go right into the motion and talk about
yes.
everything. So, what was your mission at the start of your company?
Well, my mission at the start of the company was, taking younger people, younger generation, and really truly giving them an opportunity when everybody has given up on them. I feel like if I could take them, if I can show them what to do, train them, take them to the next level, keep them out of trouble, help them to focus, then that was part of the mission that we're doing now, from apprenticeship to entrepreneurship to ownership. And I find that when you do something like that for people, in return, they honor what you do and they respect it and they go and what I taught them, they teach to somebody else.
Absolutely. And in the beginning, and I like what you're saying, creating the lane for others, entrepreneurship, basically just teaching others how to, be a business themselves.
Yes,
With it being Black History Month, and for us in the House Media and my other affiliates, our history is relevant
yes,
365 days a year.
that's right.
How much does this mean for you right now to sit on another platform discussing how much of Black excellence you are and just being able to, uplift others within your own communities and being able to supply these jobs for people that may not have had an avenue if you did not create it for them?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I love it. Even during this time of the month, I always tell people we got heroes, but when you got living heroes, it's a plus because you can touch that person, talk to that person, sit down with that person. And I just thank God for everything that He's doing, open up doors and giving opportunities, not just for myself, my family, and other people, but for the world. This
Yes.
opportunity is for the world because everything in history and life can't go without water, especially fresh, clean water and a natural source that's alkaline naturally with 108 different trace
Yes.
minerals that's coming from under the rock bed and not just flowing above, but coming from under the rock bed. I say this is a gift from God. So I look at it like that, and that's how I treat it.
Awesome. Amazing. I absolutely love it. And I actually had one of your waters at another session that we did with some of our, I believe it was one of our sisters from the Psychic Network that actually brought
Wow.
living the
Yes,
live line
yes,
water to it. And I actually had a bottle, and so did CEO Jerome, Dr. Dorn, and it was amazing. I tell you that
yes,
it was very refreshing. So learned a lot and how full circle it brought you here and through
yes.
Miss Mac. I appreciate you so much. And with all that, you know, we talk about successes a lot. We hear many people talk about changing the world, and you are actually living it and
Yes.
contributing to changing it. From your perspective, what does world change look like?
Well, from my perspective, what world change look like is that we are the future leaders. I always tell people I am now, and the younger generation is the future. So when you put both of those together, it's gonna be a nice world to live in.
Absolutely. Awesome. Awesome. And we definitely are in need of a much nicer world to live in right now.
Yes, yes,
So, since you shared that perspective with us, and you're very, from what I'm hearing, you're very strong-based community person. You talk a lot about, it's not just about me, it's us as a community, and that's
Exactly.
commendable,
Yes.
and it goes along with what, our organization also says, it's never I, not I, but we, because together we can achieve so much more.
Exactly.
Exactly. And with that, what I wanted to say to you then, through all your trials, and we've talked about the pandemic, we're talking about youth, you in your younger days, and
Hmm.
if you could look back and had the opportunity to speak to, your younger self, what would you say to him?
I would say I'd always tell my younger self, use wisdom, not just get some knowledge or some information. Use the wisdom God has given us and the common sense God has given us. I probably would have been a lot further along, but everything happens in God's time and God's will. So that's what I would tell my younger self. Use some wisdom. Don't be so what we can. I always say the word so fast to run in a direction without direction.
Mm. That was good. That's a good one. So can you show us what the live? Do you have the bottle there with us so we can
Oh
show
yeah.
our listeners? Awesome. Yes. So as we mentioned at Walmart, so no excuses. Okay, live alkaline water. And what is the cost of that bottle?
Well, it varies. The cost will vary because each store has a different cost. But the average cost in the average store, you're probably looking at just for the bottle, maybe close to $2 a
Oh,
bottle,
okay. That's
and that's pretty reasonable for what you truly get.
absolutely. I've paid a lot more for Fiji, et cetera, et cetera. So I truly understand. So
I understand.
investing in us is not an issue there
There
at
you
all.
go.
And
There
if
you go.
someone wanted to get it directly from you, is that still possible?
Oh yes, they we got a Instagram official Instagram page they can go to and order through there, live alkaline water LLC.org. And they can even call me at 743-777-4496.
Okay, could you
Seven four
repeat
three
that? Okay.
743-777-4496.
4496. Awesome. Okay. Amazing. I love it. All right. So far we have discussed all about success, what you would say to your younger self, utilizing wisdom. And, you know, we often don't get to see the hardships, right? The stumbling
Exactly.
blocks or the failures that
Yes.
people who are hugely successful have experienced along the way.
A lot of
What would you?
hardship.
Oh yeah, see, likewise, and I can tell you a whole lot there. What would you say your biggest failure was, and what did you learn from it?
I don't think I ever had a failure. But I think some things are stumbling blocks in our way as a people. Uh, but I think my biggest failure was at one point is not believing in myself. If you don't believe in yourself, why expect everybody else to believe in you?
Mm,
And so once I understood that, I changed that mindset and that action, the way I was thinking and doing things, and began to believe in myself because greater is He that is with me in me than those that are in the world. And once you understand that concept, then you realize you don't make mistakes. It's just a stepping stone.
correct. That's amazing. Hmm. And could you paraphrase that again? You said greater is in me. I like
Greater
that.
is He that is within me than him that is of the world.
Mm, okay. It's very spiritual. I love that as well. Awesome. We have to pin that. I also know that you're spiritual and heavily faith based, and I've read a lot of what you talk about. Speaking on, the live alkaline water, we know that it is,
Yes,
healthier source of, minerals and so forth that is in this water.
yes,
And I know you quote a lot: eat right, drink right, think right as a people. Tell
yes.
me, what were your thoughts when you were putting these words together? Why in that order?
But I had to look at, first of all, at the community and see the health problems we was having. And I said, man, if we just eat right or eat better, or even get to the point where we grow our own food. When I saw that, I say, wow, if we eat right, and I look at the water source, and by me working at these water treatment plants at one point and just being around them, I said, we got to begin to drink right. And I said, if we eat right, drink right, everything else will fall in place and we'll begin to think right. And that's how I came up with that slogan, eat right, drink right, you'll begin to think right as a people. And if we're thinking right as a people, guess what'll happen? We'll begin to treat each other right.
Mm,
And that makes all the difference in the world.
beautiful. Love it. Huge community activist and advocate. I see. I love it. Definitely love that. All makes sense and follows right along with your motto there. So, with everything that you just stated, eat
Yes.
right, drink right, think right as a people, and then we begin to treat other right. We know it's still the world as we know it right now.
Yes.
We
Yes.
know you're in the world right now as a business, because
Yes.
you're in Walmart as a brand, and you've already extended, globally and
Yes.
growing, vastly. How would you say that your business compares to competitors in the health and wellness market? Because technically, your brand falls under that category.
Yes, ma'am. I think we do pretty good. And I also know we can do better. And that's why we keep pushing every day, all day. I always say it's a 24/7 job to get it done. We don't rest. We don't rest. We keep pushing. But I think we faring pretty good in the health field because of some of the testimonies that's coming out this year that people are talking about now. Some that came out last year and the prior year before. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. We're making waves, and a lot of big companies are paying attention now.
Amazing. So, how would you say that your company um, pretty much stayed afloat during this pandemic? We've seen some business flourish, some suffered. What was your experience throughout this entire
Right.
pandemic? We're still in a pandemic per se, but how did you feel that you guys came out on the front or back end?
Uh, did real well. And still doing real well. Because of the healing elements of the water. It caught on real fast. People got the water, and some people say, "Well, I was around a whole lot of sick people, but I never got sick." And they kept drinking the water, and they say it can't be nothing else but the water making a difference. And then some of them, during this pandemic, they went to the doctor. They had COVID. Once they got on the water, what about 2 or 3 days later, they was back on their feet, ripping and running and doing everything they've been doing before. I bear witness because I've seen it myself. So I think that within itself and with the minerals, the trace minerals, everything that's in it is helping the body, it took off. And it took off. And I mean, I get calls all time of day, all time of night for this water. And it's funny, even after I tell people, I say, I close around 5 o'clock. They'll call me 9, 10 o'clock at night, sometimes 12 o'clock midnight to make an order because they heard so much about the water and they want to try it themselves.
That's amazing. Oh, well, definitely kudos to you and your team for creating such, well, it was naturally there for
Yes,
introducing, the natural product that was there on your family land and sharing it with the world. I mean, that's amazing. And your aunt was right. Your ancestors are speaking to you.
yes,
You need to come on
yes.
out and push this out here because, with
That's
that
right.
alkaline, live alkaline water, and from some of the testimonies that hey, they were feeling good, it couldn't be nothing but the water. You might have your hand on something here.
I, oh,
So, and
I definitely know. I definitely know I do. And one of the things that I did want to share about it is that to show you that we are not a selfish people, is that if you look at my label, it doesn't have the I in it, it has the man. That means humanity. We're about saving humanity. And
wow.
if you break the word live alkaline water down and abbreviate it, it means law. God say know the law of the land.
Very deep. I love that. Very deep. Mm, 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 mm. You're preaching to the choir here. I love the committed and the passion that you have behind
Yes.
it. You've tied in a lot of scriptural base with that and incorporating, the law of the land. Oop, not sure what happened there. And talking about humanity overall, and I love that
Yes.
having the man in the middle, instead of the I. That's perfect.
Exactly.
So, what can we expect from live alkaline water in the next 5 years?
Well, in the next 5 years, you can expect from live alkaline water to see different things coming off the spin of the water as far as its own natural fruit juices, which we're slowly putting into production. We also have live alkaline cafe. We also have live alkaline fitness center that's actually here, and we're putting up a barbershop and hair salon right here where we at now behind it, and we're also focusing on this year. Hopefully by April, somewhere in April, we may open up our own grocery store. That's the whole
Oh,
thing is to build and create revenue avenue for people because
ooh,
it's a time that we get up and stand up and do what we need to do and do what's necessary. We're not just talking about it, we're being about
wow. Oh, so I could look forward to the fruit juices. I could look
it.
forward to
Yes,
coming there and physically going to, or grocery
yes,
store,
yes, that's right.
for us. Wow, that's amazing. I truly love that. And this is on a 5 year plan, or that's already in action coming soon
It,
in the
it,
next.
it's it's already here. It's already here, and we just go expand it. In the next
Would you say
5 years,
that's
it
gonna
should be
happen within the
expanded.
next?
It's already
Oh,
here. We already doing it now.
okay. Wow, that's awesome.
And in 5 years, I can just
That's
imagine it's going to
amazing.
be so large and
Okay,
expanding.
that's awesome. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, well, I'm definitely here to support that. And we definitely need to get some at the event that we have coming up on February 27th to talk about it, and of course,
Ah,
push it at some of the other events that we're going to be hosting. With mental health and domestic violence. I feel as you said,
yes,
eat right, drink right, think right. As a people, we treat each other
that's
right.
right.
So I
That's
feel
right.
that that would definitely be a plus when it comes to talking about, anything domestic violence or, you know, mental health stability. That would
Yes,
be a great additive to that. So
yes.
looking forward to having your product there. And what advice then would you give another entrepreneur embarking on their journey?
I tell everybody this all the time, and even the younger entrepreneurs that I'm dealing with now. I always tell them no retreat, no fear, no retreat, no surrender. Never give up on what you believe in. Always push forward, regardless of what you go through. Push forward, it'll happen. Have a little patience. It'll happen.
Amazing. I love that. Definitely love that. So I want to take this time to just ask you, a few more things, and then we're
Yes,
going to reiterate where the viewers can find you online and, repeat that number for them again so that they can contact
yes.
you if they would like to get that live alkaline water shipped directly to them. And we normally ask this, what would you say we talked about everything under the sun so far about you, alkaline water, what's to come? So for you, as the person, Mr. McCray, behind live alkaline water, what 3 words describe you as a person and why you chose those words?
Well, what describes me as a person is integrity, because I truly believe in honoring and respect people, respecting what we do. Nobility,
Mhm.
meaning that being humble, which is part of being respectful, and a go-getter, meaning that I have that quit in me. That's me. Born and raised like that.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Awesome. So thank you for sharing that with us. And one more time for our viewers, you can find him
You
on
can find on official
Instagram.
Instagram live alkaline, the official Instagram page, live alkaline water. That's our official Instagram page, and you can also go to livealkalinewaterllc.org. And the telephone number you can reach us at is 743-777-4496. And also, we're gonna be in your area next week,
Oh,
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're gonna be in Atlanta because we doing a
oh,
program now that y'all probably don't heard of or you haven't heard of. It's called We Are the Go. We are
oh,
the Go. And it's going to be
okay.
at the Legacy Center at the Black Wall Street Market
Oh, amazing.
on
Okay.
Thursday at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and on that Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. We're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. You'll see us in person.
Amazing. Well, we'll definitely have to bring the crew out and come out and
Yes.
support you guys. So yes, we're definitely going to stay in communication and make sure that we support because as you already know, in the house media stands for welcoming everyone in the house and all we ask is that you pay it forward. We always promote excellence. And as we all know, we are celebrating our history. However, our history, we live it, breathe it every day. So our history is 365 days a year. And
Yes.
we have Mr. Robert McRae, who added another level of Black excellence to the In the House Media family. So he is now inducted forever and ever as In the House Media family.
Thank you.
So you are most welcome. Thank you. I mean, we have to support each other. We have to continue
Yes.
to uplift and elevate together as a people. And if
Yes.
we are not for us, who will be?
That's right.
Okay. So we
Nobody will
have
do for us what we can do for ourselves.
amen, amen, amen. You said a mouthful there, brother. So, with that being said, make sure you're following them on Instagram at official live alkaline water or org LLC. You
It's
said
official Live Alkaline Water, and then at livealkalinewater.org
org
LLC. Yes.
LLC and 743-777
Seven.
4496. That's
Yes.
743-777-4496. If
Yes.
you would like to get all the exclusive information and grab yours directly from the source. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to visit Walmart and grab you a couple bottle. Hey, grab some cases. Why not?
Yes.
It is going to be beneficial for you. It has several different minerals, including alkaline, as you heard right here from the main source, Mr. Robert McRae himself. So, on that note, thank you very much, Mr.
Thank
McRae,
you.
for joining
Yes.
us.
Thank
It
y'all.
was an
Yes.
absolute pleasure. You are most welcome. And to our viewers, thank you again for joining us and coming here and just supporting Black excellence as always. Until next time, this is your host, Michelle Diamond and Mr. Robert McRae. And from In the House Media, happy Black History. Until next time. Bye.
Yes.